Hi guys, so sorry I'm not here this afternoon to do this lesson with you, but I had a doctor's appointment last minute, so you are on your own learning today. So today we're working with tenths and hundredths. This is something you were familiar with because we did tenths last week. So you are on lesson 3.9 and you will be completing page 91. So as you can see, I have a circle on the screen that's divided into 10 parts. 3 out of 10 of them are shaded, so that gives me the fraction of 3/10. And we know in order to write that fraction, we write 3 over 10. And as we learned to write in a decimal, all right, we learned that we write 0.3 because that place value after the decimal on the right side of the ones place is considered the tenths place. Okay, so now we're going to explore what comes after the tenths place, and that is called the hundredths place. So let's take a look at that. So the tenths place comes right after the decimal, and after the tenths place is called the hundredths place. So as you can see down here, I have it circled. We have all of our place values. Sorry, guys. We have all of our place values from ones to tens to hundreds, and then we have our decimal point, and we go into our tenths and our hundredths. Up here, I've given you an example of what 0.07 is, that it was equal to 7 hundredths, because the 7 is in the hundredths place. Now, if I were to write 0.7, that is not 7 hundredths. That is actually 70 hundredths. So that is where the difference comes in. So be careful so that you don't get confused by that today in your lesson. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at our next example. So here I have a hundredths block. You're going to be using these today in the lesson. They have 1 out of 100 shaded. That's where this 1 in hundredth comes from. So let me get rid of my screen. And we can write this as a decimal as 0.01 because that 1 is in the hundredths place. All right, it would not be written as 0.1 as we see over here because that would mean 1/10, which is equivalent to 10 hundredths, which means that I would actually be shading in all 10 of these instead. So be careful when you work with that today. And then let's do this example together. So I have a hundredths block over here. And as you can see, it's shaded in 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So 37 out of 100. That's my fraction. Now, in order to write that as a decimal, I know that it's 37 hundredths. So I'm only going to have 2 places after the decimal. I'm not going to go any more than that. And all I'm doing is filling in those 2 places with 37. So this reads 37 hundredths. Okay, so good luck today. Try your best and don't get upset if you don't get it right away. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Be good for our substitutes.